All right, all praise to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS. Shalom to the hopefully elect. All right, back with another video, this time walk and talk. And this will be entitled, GMS teaches 100% truth, not propaganda. Okay, GMS teaches 100% truth and no propaganda. And the reason why I'm going into this, you saw a video in the opening of this Edomite pastor, a Magger. It goes by the name of Brian Suave, right? And look, I've done lessons on it. Elder Yashawamba and other brothers have done lessons on it already. This white pastor that's calling for Deuteronomy 21 to be enacted, right? For the execution of rebellious black men. Okay? I did one lesson on it already. I did a live stream on it as well. Elder Yashawama did this video. Other brothers have done videos about it as well. But I put the clip in the beginning of this again because on Elder Yashawama's channel, there was an individual that came and made a comment on it. And he said that, this is before we found the podcast, the actual footage of this individual saying what he said. So he said that since we didn't play the clip, he basically thinks we made it up and that it was propaganda. As a matter of fact, I'll read you the comment now. The comment reads, right? It says, this is from somebody named Jimmy Crow. It says, you never even played the clip to back up their claim, flat out propaganda. Okay, so the guy thinks that we were running propaganda. Okay, and we'll read what that means. Now first, when I saw the individual's name, Elder Yashawama said on the chat, he mentioned that Jake is saying that we made it up. Basically, he didn't say it in those words, but these people believe that we made it up. That we're saying we making up the fact that an Edomite pastor said that rebellious black men should be executed under Deuteronomy 21 of the rebellious son. Okay, so he thinks we made it up. That's why I put the clip in the beginning. So as you can see, it's not propaganda. We didn't make it up. Now, to be perfectly honest, to notice, upon looking at the individual's name, I say it's either an agent, all right, or just some Edomite. It's probably both, an Edomite agent. Because you look at the name Jimmy Crow, Jim Crow, right? And it had a picture of a crow in the avatar. So, you know, we have to be mindful of when we dealing with things on the comment board and these certain hot topics and these points that come up, that a lot of times you got a lot of agents moving about and they're trying to gauge us. They send out what's known as fillers, right? They send out what's known as fillers, and they go on the comment board and they want to see what the climate or what we're gonna say, right? Just like they knew, these Edomites know what they're doing, okay? They do things to see how you're gonna react to certain stuff. That Pastor Brian Suave or Suave, right? And even people like Stephen Miller that made that comment at Charlie Kirk's funeral.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 8, starting off at verse 7. For my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the words of my mouth are righteousness. There is nothing forward or perverse in them. Kol Holayim La, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekat Quadash. Double honor to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 8, starting off at verse 7. For my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing forward or perverse in them. And Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai has risen, built, informed, educated his true seers, his true watchmen, his true prophets, his spokesmen to speak his words. none of the things Abanawaratazah that we speak and declare and bring forth are propaganda, are lies, deceit, fraud. We are not you fucking Edomites. We are not you devils, man. Okay, yes, you do have some so-called, okay, because they're not the true men that's out here declaring the truth, the good news, which is the gospel, man, to the remnant, the elect that needs to be fed daily. Okay, you have the deceived and the ones that bear fruit, it's like it bear forth good fruit. Okay, as Yahweh Shai stated, an evil tree cannot bear forth good fruit, and a good tree cannot bear forth evil fruit. Okay, so you have ones that's risen and activated to do the Lord's will, the Lord's pleasure, and you have those that are actually activated and put in a position to deceive, to lead those bad apples that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai wants to condemn, wants to judge, etc. Okay, but for you goddamn devils to go on one of the beloved elders' comment boards, and just because the video, which I posted when I did the video, I showed forth the video, okay, but to come at men, that really sit right here and put their lives on the line, to be targets, to be marked men, to be hated amongst this world, which this world ain't nothing. This world is completely shit, and we love not our lives to the death. I don't want to rot the Zah. Hopefully that's not a lot, but if it is, may Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai give us the strength to endure that position. Okay, but we prove all things. We don't give you information that is just to declare to make somebody look bad, or again, like he stated, propaganda and bearing false witness, etc. No, we give you the truth. And again, we are not you fucking cave monkeys, you cave gorillas, man. You red menaces to society. No, we give you the real. We give you the truth. We're not out here slandering you. We're bringing the cold heart, it's like the cold and dreadful facts to show forth your shame, man. Okay? And what we speak is in righteousness. Abomination is not on our lips. And those are the Lord speaking through those men, because again, all our words are of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because the doctrine that we speak is and is from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the Heavenly Father and His Son. So let's continue, man. So those that have that position in righteousness on the right hand side from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, what they vocalize and what they declare and what they profess is going to be truthful. It's going to deal justly amongst this wicked, perverse, filthy, and unrighteous society, man. Okay, so let's jump to the book of Revelations real quick. And this is going to be quick. Abanawaratazah. Revelation chapter 14. And I'm going to read verse 5. And in their mouth, okay, this is talking about the prophet. So in the prophet's mouth was found no guile. So what does that mean? No lies, no fraud, no deceit, no propaganda. Okay, because they deal justly and uprightly, because they're seeking righteousness. And furthermore, they're walking cautiously on how they preach, how they teach, how they feed the sheep, the information that they bring. Okay, what does it state in the book of Proverbs chapter 15 verse 28? The righteous studieth to giveth an answer, man. So to make it clear and blunt and straight to the point in regular Babylonian English, we're not just pulling stuff out of our ass. Okay, we're not just saying anything and not doing the research to back it up, to make sure it's profitable, the truth, and also something that is correct information, man. And furthermore, that's an order amongst GMS. You know, if you're going to bring something out, you have to thoroughly research four and up. Okay, four and up, firm verifications that the information that you want to bring out in an epistle, that is correct. It's not propaganda. It's not AI. It's not false advertisement that's going to bring forth blame in the truth, man. Okay, so again, Revelation 14 verse 5, in their mouth, so in the prophet's mouth, was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, but you devils. And also too, Salaki, before I forget, the elder made an excellent point with the matter of fact, let's go back to it. I want you to see it so I can speak on it. The elder made an excellent point. As you see right here, the person that made the comment, his name was Jimmy Crow. Now we know the Jim Crow era and everything else, so more than likely this was probably an Edomite that made the comment on the elder's platform, which I believe it was the elder Yashawamba. Okay, so you know the elder made a very, very a critical point that's more than likely probably correct. Okay, because you know, as our elder in its reason in the DMV, Elder Monaghan always states, when you look at things spiritual. Okay, look at things spiritual before you attempt to look at anything carnal. Okay, so in the prophet's mouth is not going to be found no God, because they're going to deal justly and uprightly. But let's continue, okay? Because I know I'm talking a lot, but you know the Spirit deals how the Spirit deals. So let's jump back to the book of Proverbs. And you know, Thawadi Haba Shimi Hawashah, because when the beloved elder uploaded this video, I automatically clicked on it. And you know, as soon as it started rolling, you know, and he started talking and making the points, the lesson just came just like that, man. So yeah, Thawadi Haba Shimi Hawashah for putting the Spirit on the elder to do the lesson and say what he said. You know, because I was going to go through my Rolodex and, you know, find something to bring out. So this is Proverbs chapter 12. And I'm going to read verse 22. Lying lips are abomination to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. And that's the devil, the so-called self-proclaimed white man, the Caucasian, whose real biblical nationality is the Hebrew Edomites. His lips are an abomination. And as we continue to see, and as we know, the lie is a truth to these devils, and the truth is a lie. They cannot tell the truth to save their life. And if they do say the truth, it's wrapped up with 14 lies. So you're going to be deceived if you're not in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. If you're of the world, you're going to be caught up in their web, man. Okay? But their mouth, their ways, their thoughts, how they conduct themselves, how they go about things, how they govern the world, is all an abomination in the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. And they don't deal justly and truly and uprightly, man. Proverbs 12 verse 22. Lying lips are abomination to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, but they that deal truly are his delight. And the ones that deal truly are the real prophets that really stand on business, and is about our Father and his Son's business, man. Those are the ones that's going to deal truly and fear the Lord and do what's commanded of them, man. We're not going to go above and beyond to graft and bring philosophies, traits, customs of the world into the truth. No, man, because the philosophies, traits, and customs of the world are not of righteousness. Okay, again, they're all perverse, they're all sickening, they're all diabolical, treacherous. It's not valuable for us to bring anything in this from the world into this truth, man. No, this truth is good just how it is, how the Lord ordained us to go about things, man. Okay, so we're going to deal truly, because first and foremost, we fear Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And secondly, that's the beginning of being accepted with him. And thirdly, that reveals and unlocks the understanding within you, man. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so we're going to make full proof of our ministry, and we'll grab that. See, these devils don't know that, man. You know, this truth is flourishing and prospering upon the earth, that there's nothing they can do but just, you know, try to put us in the same category as them, man. Okay? They can't put us in the same category as them because, you know, we're not of this world, man. You know, the Lord has, you know, renewed our spirit, man. So we see this world for what it truly is. We see the people, these heathens, and damn sure these devils for who they truly are, man. Okay, we seek a world that's going to flourish and prosper in righteousness, man. Okay, where you're going to have actual air, drink actual water, eat actual food. Okay, having the earth governed correctly, not polluted, not decaying, not suffering through the hands of the bases of men, man. You know, and this man is a proud piece of shit, man. He always has his hands pointed at everybody else while he has an automatic rifle, unrighteous decrees, usury, all types of things, blood on his hands while he's wiping his hands and pointing the finger at everybody else, man. While he's doing all types of wickedness, man. This is 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 5. But watch thou in all things, and that's what we do. That's a watchman supposed to do what? Watch. Okay, a seer. The Lord had what the Lord said, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, man. So the Lord has set us up to watch. And what did the Lord say in 2 Esdras chapter 9, verse 1 on down? Watch ye the times, roughly paraphrasing, man. Okay, to check the signs. And the only way you can check the signs, you got to be watching. The only way you can be circumspect, you got to be watching. So what you watching, you're going to research. You're going to make sure that you're not being deceived. And what did Yahushua say? That this devil will bring forth so many illusions and delusions that if it were perfect, he would deceive the very elect. But you're not going to be able to deceive the very elect, man. Okay. 2 Timothy 4 verse 5. But watch thou in all things, endure affliction. So you know that's the humiliation, that's the persecution, that's everything that comes with the territory of our positions, man. We're marked men. Again, we are literally showing our nation true love, man. Okay? Giving you the answers that you desire, but guess what? The Lord is only going to be able and only willing to give those answers to those that he has ordained before the creation and foundation of the earth. And those that seek the Lord understand all things, man. Okay? Endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. So for this red silverback, thin-lipped savage beast to go on the eldest comment board talking about his propaganda, man, look, man, and I'm not making it seem like I'm kissing nobody's ass or, you know, riding nobody's jock strap or anything of that nature. But I've personally met some of the brothers that I'm, you know, really watching, you know, talk about. Okay. And also, you know, converse with, you know, daily. These brothers are very, very diligent in their positions. They research, you know, they really make sure that what they're going to put on their platform and upload to the sheet, that is correct and not false. Okay, and again, and also too, the men that Yahweh Shem Yahushua has risen to do his will, his pleasure, to warn his people, etc., is not going to have the spirit of an Edomite. It's not going to do the things of an Edomite. It's not going to do the things of the world, man. They're going to make full proof of their ministry and cause the ministry to not be blamed, man. So the ministry by the true prophets will be blameless, man. But yet, they're still going to lump all Israel, the deceived and the ones that are actually doing things uprightly, and all in one ball. Okay, Because guess what? It's part of prophecy. It's part of the position. It's part of the calling, man. Okay, because a lot of these simple Negroes, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians have not measured the cost. All right? But let's close out because the point is made. Let's go here real quick. Because, we study to show ourselves to approve. And, we fear the Lord, man. So we walk cautiously in everything that we do. We're very mindful on our position, our calling, because we're working to be chosen. We're working to firmly have our position sealed and to be part of this first resurrection, to, see the kingdom at first hand, to not come back as a nutsack Israelite, through somebody else's loins, man. So we're very fearful and seeking out our own salvation with fear and trembling, roughly paraphrasing Psalms, Philippians 2 verse 12. But this is Tobit chapter 4, and I'm gonna read verses 5 to 6. My son, be mindful of Yahweh our power all thy days. And again, the true worshipers, the ones that believe, the ones that the Lord has written in the book of life, and also the prophets, his true prophets, are going to be mindful of the Lord all their days when he activates them, when he awakens them. Okay? And yes, you're going to have some errors, some slips, some falls, but you're going to learn. It's a process, man. You're continuously going to be stripping those layers that are not beneficial, that leaven, okay, that filth. It's not something that's just going to happen one day just like that, 1 month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, etc. All right, my son, be mindful of Yahweh our power all thy days, and let not thy will be set to sin. Okay, because again, to have an abominable, perverse, lying lips, to do what Esau does, false flag, slander, bears false witness, etc., that's not going to be in the spirit or in the mouth of the prophets, because again, that is sinful in error, in transgressing and going against Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and that's also making the ministry, the doctrine, to be blamed. Okay? And let not thy will be set to sin or to transgress his commandments. Do uprightly all thy life long, and follow not the ways of unrighteousness. So again, with this reprobate, this demon try to declare amongst the brothers, is basically saying that you're part of unrighteousness. You're part of what the so-called self-proclaimed white man does, which is everything, all his ways is unrighteous. He doesn't live an uprightly life, man. Verse 6, Tobit 4 verse 6. For if thou deal truly, do you hear that? We read that in Proverbs 12 verse 22. For if thou deal truly, which the true worshipers, the true prophets do, for if thou deal truly, thy doings shall prosperly succeed to thee. And see, that's the main thing. That's the main right hook and uppercut, because the truth is literally annihilating and bringing forth that shame to these damn devils, man. Because they feel that they're free to show who they truly are, which we already knew. And now the Lord has got a spirit on you damn devils, just for you to stay that way. Not to say, oh, I was just playing. I would just fall on the trend. No, this is who you really are. Your history shows that. But our people are so asleep and just so, in a reprobate mindset, and have a great abundance of Stockholm syndrome, that they don't realize that the history is out there. But yet you think these people can change, man. You think these people has finally accepted you as their equal, giving you validation, giving you love. Like, come on, man. Goodness gracious, man. Tobit 4 verse 6. For if thou deal truly, thy doings shall prosperly succeed to thee, and to all them that live justly. And Abba Nawar Ratazah, that's what we do every day in this life, in this hellhole, in this nightmare, because the Lord has called us to do a job, and we're doing the Lord's will, not our will, because we understand the agenda, we understand the plan. So we're not going to post, speak on, bear false witness, slander, or bring any propaganda. No, we're going to bring forth the truth, and the truth is all we're going to speak, and that's all we're going to declare, and that's all we're going to advertise, is the truth, which has been so long without fruit. 2nd Esdras chapter 6 verse 27 to 28, man. Okay, or 26 to 27, somewhere around there. So Abanawa Ratazah, man, I hope and I pray that this was edifying, uplifting, and informative to the true sincere Akienwa Akwaf. So with that, I'm just gonna say, Call Holayim La, Abanawa Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Bashim Kakadash, Shalom.